Welcome back / to Talking Swift. I'm Jess Rodolphe.
And I'm Rubee.
And this was recorded March 24th, 2024. Or at least the new segment was recorded that day. Very quiet week.
Yeah, there's not too much going on. She's still on her break for the Eras tour. But we did have some stuff come out about her new album, Tortured Poets, that's coming out on April 19th. First, we got a look at the explicit tracks that are going to be on the album. So there's, I think it was 7 tracks.
Yeah, there's 7 of them.
So the first one is the Tortured Poets Department, that's the title track. And then we've got Down Bad, But Daddy I Love Him, LOML, Florida, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, and The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived are the ones that are marked explicit on the new album, which makes me so much more excited for some of these songs.
Yeah. There's also, if you pre-order on the iTunes, a extra thing called All's Fair in Love and Poetry, and it is that little video of her reading the poem.
Okay, I don't have iTunes, so I wasn't sure. I did see that it went number 1 on something.
Yeah, it went number 1 on a few charts. It's also on Spotify. If you go on Spotify, it's just the poem.
Oh, like the one that she posted. Oh, okay.
But it went number 1.
Which is so funny.
It was number 2 when I was listening to Midnights for research, and I was like, that ain't gonna be number 2 for much longer. I wish I would have screenshotted it. Ronan's mom answered a couple questions on TikTok recently, and some of the questions included, do you get royalties from the song? She does, but they do donate the money to fighting childhood cancer. They asked her also how much of the song was from the blog and how much of it was Taylor, and she said it was a pretty good mix, but a lot of it came from the blog. And then they did ask, did she get permission to re-record Ronan? And the answer was yes, that Taylor asked her permission before she recorded it and before she performs it every time. And she said she won't be surprised if Taylor asks her if she can perform it as a surprise song at some point. But as of right now, she has not asked.
This might be a really stupid question, but asking for a friend that may not know who Ronan is. Would you like to give some context for the listeners that don't know anything about that?
Sure. So Ronan is a song on Red, and it is about a little boy who died of cancer. Taylor had met the boy and the mom, and she was pretty affected by the death, and so she wrote a song called Ronan that is a lot of lyrics straight from the mom's blog, which she did get permission to do, and she credited the mom as a writer on the song, and yeah, that is who Ronan is.
Oh, okay.
It's a very sweet song. It's also a very sad song, as you can imagine.
I can imagine, yes. Next up on World Poetry Day, which I think was the 21st. Is that what day it was?
Yep, the 21st.
Yeah, so on World Poetry Day, Taylor Nation posted that the special edition vinyls of the Tortured Poets were back up on her website for like 72 hours, I believe. So we got the Bolter, the Albatross, and the Black Dog vinyls back up on her website for limited time. I wish the collector's CDs were also in on that, but they were not. But yeah, so people were excited, and I saw a lot of people ordering the 3 of them together and then going back to try and cancel the previous orders because then they'll have only one shipping instead of having to pay for shipping 3 different times. I believe it was on its like last hour on their website when I looked at it today.
54 minutes left as of right now.
So it's on its last hour right now. And then also on World Poetry Day, there was a Spotify thing that happened.
Yeah.
If you were a top streamer of Taylor Swift, you got a little pop-up to claim a Tortured Poets Department membership card. And there was 4 variants of the card in relation to the 4 variants of the new album.
That's actually what I was just looking at to see which variant I got. I got the Bolter.
Oh, nice.
I'm sad. I didn't know there were variants until now. And I'm like, oh, I want the Black Dog.
Yeah, the black dog was the coolest. I actually didn't get one, which I was surprised and sad about because I got her message for the top Spotify Wrapped and stuff, so I thought I was like a pretty high up streamer of her music, but I don't know. I don't know. I heard that a lot of people in Canada weren't getting it, so I don't know if it was more US based.
I don't think Meggles got it either.
Yeah, from what I heard, Meggles also didn't get one, but she was also like, what the heck? I also got a Spotify Wrap message from her. So, seemed a little bit weird. Spotify Wrap, I think it was like November or something. They do it right before Christmas because Christmas music streams go up and they don't want it to affect the numbers. So, I think they do it like right before Christmas. I forget. But anyways, it gave me false hope that I was a top-ish streamer of Taylor enough to get a card, but I guess not. So very sad, but the cards looked really cool, and the black dog is definitely my favorite variant for everything that's come out so far, including this membership card.
Same. I'm sad. I wish I could have picked what card I got.
I thought that you did.
No.
But I guess people were saying that they just gave you one.
Yeah,
so people kind of made it seem like it was like the Harry Potter like sorting houses thing, where it's like they sorted you into a house so you can claim your surprise or your special song.
Yeah, it said to just click to claim your membership card, and then I just got this one and I thought it was the only one, and then I found out no, it was not, and I was like, oh, okay, I got the bolter then. I was trying to find it. I think I was in like the top 1%.
Yeah, see, when I saw the cards on Twitter when they started blowing up, I saw the manuscript and then the bolter ones, but my brain just like melded them into one, and I thought that it was just one card, like one color, because they're like kind of close to, I don't know, my brain just forgot that it had seen a white and then a beige one, so I just kept being like, oh, it's the same card, and then I saw the black dog one and I was like, no, that's definitely not the same card. And then I saw someone post that picture with all 4 of them, and I was like, oh, makes sense.
I can't wait to get my Spotify Wrapped this year because I was in the top 1% last year, and that was before we started the podcast, where I listened to the music a lot for research purposes. Like,
True.
I've listened to Midnight's probably like 50 times in the last few days.
It's a good album.
Yeah, well, it's a really good album, but I've been listening to it to try and like piece point when it takes place.
See, my problem is when I'm driving, I listen to CDs now because my aux cord broke, like the aux thingy broke in the car, like the port. So I can't listen to Spotify while I'm driving, which takes up a lot of my Spotify listening. So it's just, I'm listening to the CD on repeat, but Spotify is not going to reflect that because it's not through Spotify. So I'm curious to see how much it affects my Spotify Wrapped, because I've been listening to all of her CDs in my car, but obviously that doesn't count.
It counts in your heart.
Yeah.
Welcome to part 2 of the news. This part has been recorded on March 31st, 2024. You want to talk about the first bit of news?
Sure. So I don't know exactly what is going on with this, but I've seen a lot of people talk about it, so I looked it up myself just to see. And Taylor Swift is showing up in the cast for Cruella 2, like the sequel for Cruella. There's only 4 people on the cast list right now, and Taylor Swift is one of them. So I'm not sure. Some people think it might just be she's writing a song for it or something. They're not sure like how big of a role she's gonna have, but just interesting to see. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, that is interesting. I think she also is appearing on the Deadpool 3 cast as speculation, but that one, I think she's gonna be an actual character.
Yeah, I am like holding out hope that she's the Dazzler, because that would be amazing. I've been like seeing that for years, and I'm like, she would be so perfect. And now that the movie's actually finally in the making, I'm like, please be in it. Please.
Well, we'll find out in July with that one. But Cruella 2, I guess we'll have to wait a while. Should be a really good Anita.
True. I was gonna say, even like just her voice, like I think she would do a really good voice, like for like a song in it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like a song, I think she could do a really good Cruella song, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
The next bit is that Spotify finally started a countdown on their app for the Tortured Poets department. Started on the 22 days countdown, which is interesting because they've been doing a lot of twos. Taylor and Taylor Nation have been hinting a lot of twos everywhere. So they started that on 22-day countdown. I don't know about the other music apps because all I have is Spotify, but Spotify has a countdown. It doesn't have the manuscript or any of the other bonus songs. It only has up to Clarabout on the so far Spotify album that's going to be released.
It's giving 22 from Red. I'm feeling
True.
But it will be interesting to see what all these twos mean. I wonder if it's something on the album that we are going to learn when we get to hear it, or what?
I don't know. I've seen so many theories and speculations. I'm done clowning for a bit, so...
The next bit of news is Taylor and Travis have been seen kissing on the beach in the Bahamas, and they look like they are having the time of their life, and I'm glad they're both getting to relax. And then we have video of Travis golfing with some of his friends, and they started blasting Bad Blood to mess him up, and it just made him a stronger golfer.
Yes!
Makes me a stronger golfer, too.
Tay, give me strength!
I mean, Bad Blood enrages me. I don't know about you. I'm pumped up for a fight after that.
Yes. I've also seen some possible 2025 Eras Tour dates. This has not been confirmed by Taylor or her team, but there are pictures circulating in Istanbul. There's a bunch of Taylor Swift 2025 posters going around, and we'll have a picture in our guide when we post this episode so you can look at it and come to your own conclusion. But like I said, it has not been confirmed by Taylor or her team at all. So this is purely just fans thinking that she's going to extend into 2025 because the posters look kind of... I don't know. I see it and I'm like, it could be, it could not be. I don't read that language, so I don't know what the poster says.
I do notice one thing. It is on an icon. At the top it says icon. I think it's for the movie.
Okay, yeah, that would make more sense. But still, like,
because
has it not come to that country yet?
I'm not sure.
Because it says 2025. So that's why people are like, oh, maybe it's... But anyways, like I said, it has not been confirmed. So people are just kind of taking that picture and running with it. But I wanted to mention it just in case it does become a thing. And if not, then I don't know. People just saw that and ran with it. And this last bit of news, I don't really know a lot about music and law and whatever. But I saw that Scooter Braun is somehow now connected with UMG. They're doing some sort of business with Scooter Braun and everyone's kind of losing their minds about it. I don't really understand what this means for Taylor or if this affects her at all. I'm not really sure. I don't understand how all that works. So if anybody in the Discord wants to go into it further that understands it more, I would love to hear more about it. I was trying to read up on it before, but I'm just not a businessy person, so I just have no understanding of if that's going to affect Taylor at all. But
I don't think it would, because she kind of has her own team and Scooter wouldn't be joining her team. I'm just a little surprised.
She has her own contract with UMG, right? So I don't think it would affect her. But why the fuck did they do that? They know.
I'm a little surprised that they know that's the reason she went to them in the first place. And there's kind of argument. She's probably their biggest client.
I was gonna say,
why would you hire the person that she absolutely cannot work with?
Yeah, that's my question, because you're really just asking her to leave again, and a lot of people speculate she's going to start her own music label.
I had a thought. So a couple of months ago, right before 1989 came out, there was new merch in the store, but it was photos from the original 1989. I wonder if part of the deal was that he had to give her the rights to all the photos and everything from the original stuff.
Maybe.
And maybe that's what part of the deal was. Because some of those things were photos she couldn't legally use because they were technically owned by Scooter's whatever label, brand, whatever he has masters in.
Maybe UMG is just really shitty and they're not even giving her the rights to it, but they bought the rights to her old stuff so that they can sell merch and stuff from her old albums.
So I know in her current contract, because she did this so that everybody who works with UMG would have it, is that she owns her music. Any music she records with them, she owns. She fought for that for all artists. And so I don't know if that would apply if they bought her back catalog. That would be interesting. I guess it would depend on how it's worded.
Does Scooter, because I thought he sold her music, so does he even still have rights to her old stuff?
I think he did sell it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't really know how that works.
I'm just confused on the whole situation and why they even did business with him in the first place. And yeah, I guess we will see more about that in the future and see how that unfolds. I was trying to read up on it, but I am just not versed in that world, so none of the words made sense to me. So I don't know how big of a role he is now going to play in UMG. I don't know if he's going to be involved at all or if it's going to affect Taylor at all. I mean, if I were her, I would do my best to try and just leave UMG, go somewhere else, because what the fuck? But
girl's gonna start her own record label.
Yeah, that would be the best. And a streaming service. Just start it all.
Oh, please start a ticket company so that we don't have to deal with Ticketmaster anymore. Yes. Taylor, please.
Taylor, just start all the companies. We would follow you.
So last bit of news, Beyonce's album Cowboy Carter came out on Friday, and immediately fans started latching on to the idea that Taylor was providing background vocals for Bodyguard, the song Bodyguard. And there have been fake images circulating where it says Taylor Swift provided background vocals. Taylor Swift did this. But one of the, I think it was the producers, went on either a radio show or People magazine. But I've seen it on People. That's why I'm not sure if he went on the radio or if he spoke to People directly. That is not true. It is a different person who provided background vocals, and Taylor did not do it background vocals. I think Beyonce would have made it a bigger deal if Taylor was on her album, and Taylor would be promoting it too. Because they're all about empowering each other.
I saw speculation that because Cowboy Carter is like her act 2 or whatever, so people were thinking that's what the 2s were for. I know. I was like, okay, I mean, 2 and 2.
I don't think she would Easter egg someone else's album.
Yeah, I was like, it's a little weird, but like, 2 and 2, put 2 and 2 together. I mean, it's a theory. Clearly it's not the right theory, but yeah, I feel like she would have definitely talked about it by now. Yeah. Since it's out. If that was the case, we would have heard more from either of them. But also props to them for coming out and saying that so quickly and not using Taylor's name to get more streams, because that seems like it was a pretty quick statement since it came out. Mm-hmm. But I know Beyonce and Taylor are kind of friends, so I don't think she would do that anyway. But
I mean, it's a good album. I don't think it needs any help.
I'm not really a Beyonce listener, but it is a country album, right? So maybe I'll give it a listen. I do like me some country.
It's really good. I think you might like it. I would kill, though, for a Beyonce Taylor song, like the two of them doing a duet. I think their harmonies would just be, oof.
I can't believe they haven't done a song together yet.
Well, I know Beyonce has been working on this album for like 4 years, so it could be that she's just been really busy. And we know Taylor's been really busy.
But that song would like break so many records. Like,
it would break the internet.
Oh.
But the world ain't ready for it.
No. Maybe they both knew that they were going to have albums out this year, so they were like, here, let our album shine this year. We'll release a song next year to not mess with our album's numbers.
Yeah, but then they would win all the awards together.
Yeah, but they want to give each other a chance this year, and then next year they're going to sweep the floor with all the awards. Together. They're masterminds. They probably planned this, okay? I'm calling it. Next year, we're going to get a song from the two of them. It's probably not going to happen, but that would be really awesome.
Could you imagine Beyonce on Reputation? The face Rubee just made.
I would die. I would melt into the floor. I'd be so happy.
She'd be great on that album. She'd be great on any album, but that one just be the badass womanry of it all. Put all the women in there. Get Lana.
Oh my god, like a master song with like a feature from. Oh my god.
It would break the world. Forget the internet.
Well, it kind of gives like that Bad Blood music video where like all the famous people are in it, right? But like a song where everybody has a feature. Like just like a couple lines and go, yeah, break the internet. Bring all the fandoms together. No more of this fighting with each other thing.
We are the world. Taylor Swift, Taylor's version.
Okay, well, that's all our news. We're just kind of going off in a tangent now.
Sorry, Meggles.
Sorry, Meggles. And we will see you next week.
Yep, next week. Enjoy Speak Now.
And I hope everyone had a good Easter. A great Easter weekend.
Happy holidays.
I'm Meggles.
We're recording this on March 5th.
This is going to be a pre-recorded episode.
We're talking about Speak Now.
The original...
Not Taylor's version.
Recording of it. We did the other two so long ago, I forget like how we structured it.
So when did you all listen to the album for the first time? It's okay, I got you. I remember this.
Well, I first listened to the full album a couple days ago. Nobody come for me. This is kind of the normal. It's fine. I did, however, when I was going through and listening to the full album a few days ago, I realized that I actually did know at least half of the songs prior, like from being on the radio and being popular way back, like when the album first came out. I just didn't realize that they were off of Speak Now. I don't know why I assumed they were off of other albums. I don't know why I didn't put it together or ever look up the track list, but yeah. So I did actually know a lot of the album, but I fully listened to it earlier this week.
That's me with Red. I always think it's from a different album, and then I'm like, oh, this is Red.
Yeah, that's what it was like for me as well for a long time, because like I discovered her through Pandora suggesting different songs to me and stuff. So I didn't know what album they were on.
So Meggles, when did you first listen to this album?
I actually don't know when I first listened to the full album. Yeah, I actually don't know, but this is one of the ones that during that time of Pandora suggesting songs for me, they were songs off of Speak Now and Fearless. So there were a lot of these songs that first made me fall in love with her music and stuff. So I first heard a lot of these songs when they were still pretty new. I don't know, 10 years ago. 10, 11 years ago.
I was looking up when it came out. It came out October 25th, 2010. I heard it probably in December of 2010. I wasn't one of those people who ran out to buy new music in 2010, but I do remember listening to it not very long after it came out, because I know I had heard a couple of the songs in the radio, and then I was like, oh, let me go get the album. I guess I missed a new album. So it was around 2010 and sometime, but I couldn't tell you when. I have no memory. I have no memory.
I know that mine was sometime in 2013 was when I was first listened to a lot of them.
How did you feel when you first listened to it, Rubee? Yours is going to be the most clear memory.
Yeah.
You can tell she's going through a lot at this time. That's what I wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of a roller coaster of an album, because it felt like there was like some love songs, and then there was some like heartbreak songs, and then there was some songs about not wanting to grow up, and then there was like, it was quite a whirlwind of topics for the songs. So I was just like, damn.
Yeah. Well, she was what, 19 or 20 or something like that when this came out?
I think 19,
yeah,
but I'm checking.
So that's a pretty, like, critical age, you know?
So 20 when it came out.
Yeah, and so she would have been writing it, like, when she was 19, probably.
I think Jess kind of hit it on the head with saying that her older albums kind of give, like, the fairy tale-esque to them, because this one is very, like, fairy tale love sort of vibes. The other thing that kind of surprised me was there was a lot more upbeat songs than I was expecting. I don't know why, but I had this idea in my head that Speak Now is a very slow ballady type of album, and it's not really.
Yeah.
Most of the songs are more upbeat-ish. Like, there's only a few songs that are more slow that I noted. Most of them are pretty catchy.
There's a good mix. And the way the track list goes, I was paying attention to that a lot this time, because this might have been the first time I like fully listened to this version straight through in order. And I noticed that the way the track list goes, it's pretty mixed, with when there's a slower song, then after that it's a more upbeat song, like that kind of thing. I noticed that a lot this time.
Back in my day, I mean, I listened to this on a Walkman, so I can't say anything. Dude, I think there was a shuffle feature on my Walkman. Couldn't tell you if I knew how to use it. I know if I walked too quickly, it did skip. So.
Oh.
For me, the most memorable song that I like knew for a fact was on this album was Enchanted, which is like a slower-ish song. So in my head, the whole album was like that vibe. I was pleasantly surprised that there was more like upbeat songs than I was expecting on it.
Yeah. Since the way I listened to it was kind of weird. Like I said, this was part of why I got into her in the first place. A lot of these songs specifically. A lot of them put into words different things that I had been feeling at the time that I listened to them. And so I just felt like it was very relatable. They pulled me in and made me want to hear more of her music and be more open to it.
So I think I liked it when I first listened to it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was 14 years ago. I don't remember how I felt. But I do know I really remember latching on to Haunted.
Haunted was one of my main ones too.
So that's like my main memory of that, was really latching on to Haunted.
I did too. Yeah, I latched on to, there are a lot of them actually. There's like, I don't know, 5 or something that were my jams when I was listening to this. I love this album. I've been obsessed with Speak Now Taylor's version since that came out. And so it was interesting to hear her young voice again, like singing these songs. That was interesting. It was fun.
Yeah, I had the same thing of, I haven't listened to this version probably, I know I listened to Enchanted before I went to see the Eras tour, and before that I couldn't tell you the last time I listened to Speak Now. Until Taylor's version came out, and I've been listening to that. But yeah, it was definitely interesting hearing her little country twang again.
Yeah.
I forgot she had one on this album.
Yeah. Because this was still kind of like that, I'm trying to be, like, still be country.
Yeah,
but
a little more pop country.
A little kind of, like, in transition. Same with Red. Red still had some country, too.
But no, I don't think she had the twang on Red. But she had the twang, and when the first song played, I went, oh, right. She had the twang.
I don't know. When we listen to Red, I'm gonna have to hear it again and see the difference between this album and that one.
I listened to Enchanted, Haunted, and Better Than Revenge a lot from the Taylor's version recently. It's been in my regular rotation, and listening to this version, like, you can just tell how much younger, like, her voice is not as like trained and grown as it is in the Taylor's version. That was my other note on that. So it's just interesting seeing how much her vocals have improved and grown since the re-recording.
Yeah.
Oh, she's improved a crazy amount.
Oh, yeah.
Wait till, like, we talk about debut, from debut to, probably by that point, Tortured Poets Department.
And that's one thing I like about her, too. I mean, yeah, it's amazing. People can be born with natural gifts, and they're automatically good singers. I know that. But it's also, like, really, really amazing when people are not necessarily the best singers, but then they work on it and they improve, because anyone can, you know, and it's amazing. Like, her vocal range now is incredible. So what's next?
Getting into the songs. So the first one is Mine.
I love this song.
It's a good one, but knowing what I know about Scott Swift now, the you meet a rebel of a careless man's careful daughter, I'm like, man, he did throw a punch. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so you guys said this one was about her parents?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought someone said that. So
There are actually a lot of speculations on what this is about. It's not necessarily clear, but I think that she said something about how it's like a fantasy. I'm not sure that's the right word.
So, like Mary's song.
Yeah, it's like in her imagination, this is what could have been of a relationship or something. Like it's an imagined relationship in the future type of thing. There are a lot of people that speculate that it was about, I forget his name, the guy from Glee.
Corey Monteith.
Yes. A lot of people have speculated that it was about him because they had a possible relationship and then it didn't end up going anywhere. And it was around this time. But that's the speculation. But what she has said is kind of like that it was I can't think of the words, but
it gives very fairy tale lovey, cutesy vibes.
I was gonna say it's along the same lines of folklore where it's not about her, but it's these people she has in her head that fit the scenario.
Yeah.
Which is a very country thing.
Yeah. This song is basically about falling in love and thinking that it's not going to last type of feeling, but then they surprise you, that type of thing. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, I love the bridge of this.
Apparently, in an interview with Rolling Stone, she said the inspiration for this song was she was reflecting back on a boy she liked at a certain time.
Yeah. See, it was like a what could have been type of song.
Yeah.
Jess said she loved the bridge.
Braced myself for the goodbye because that's all I've ever known. Then you took me by surprise. You said, I'll never leave you alone. I love that part specifically.
Yeah, I love that too. And this song really just like paints a picture, you know. I love the part where flash forward and we're taking on the world together and there's a drawer of my things at your place. I love that.
It honestly gives almost a script for a music video. Like,
yeah,
you could easily turn this into a like play-by-play with visuals.
Yeah.
There's a lot of water in this song.
Mm-hmm.
Then it would be Sparks Fly.
Which I also loved this song a lot when I was first discovering her.
The drop everything now from this is everything.
Oh, yeah.
My only notes on this song is that it's the drop everything now, meet me in the pouring rain song. It's all over TikTok right now. I really like this one. It's really catchy and fun to sing along to.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that this is about specifically? Because she talks about them having green eyes.
I don't know.
People speculated Jake Owen.
I don't even know.
I don't know who that is.
Vero Beach country crooner Jake Owen.
No idea.
Still don't know who that is.
I'm gonna go with a country singer. I don't know.
When I was first listening to this, I had a crush on someone, and the song made me think of them.
Again, it's a very lovey fairy tale type of love that Jess really nailed in. That the first few albums are they're very what could be, what she thinks love is.
Whimsical.
Whimsical is a good word, yes.
That's a great word.
Just reading these lyrics, outside of the music, it's very kind of sensual, but that's not how it listens when you're listening to it.
I felt like they were pretty sensual back then too. That's one reason I liked this song a lot, because it was just hinting at that, but not going too far that direction.
But like the way she plays the lyrics and the like music that she accompanies it with makes it a lot more cutesy than sensual.
Yeah, it comes off more flirty, cutesy.
Yeah, she's like hiding the the sensuality in there with the like cutesy, fun, upbeat. And there's a lot of metaphor Like, you move like a full-on rainstorm. I'm a house of cards. You could even say take away the pain, because you can't really take away pain unless metaphorically.
Oh, my mind forgets to remind me you're a bad idea. I've always loved that line.
Oh, and then like I'm captivated by you like a fireworks show.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of imagery.
That give me something that'll haunt me when you're not around. That's very like romance book.
Yeah.
Like,
Even just the I see sparks fly whenever you smile is like very rom-com.
yeah.
Yeah. Run my fingers through your hair and watch the lights go wild. I've always loved that one too. And the haunt thing, that reminded me of Haunted this time around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it have any, do you think it has a relation to Haunted? Question mark.
Not sure.
Because Haunted's more, actually we'll get into it later.
Yeah, we'll get into
I feel
it.
like it does kind of relate though.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I could see it. I could see it being the same person, because for me it was the same person. Both these songs, but like at different stages.
So it's a little bit about the same person and a lot not. But we'll get into that when we get to Haunted.
Next song?
Back to December.
Oh my god. Oh, these are all about the same person for me.
Well, we know this one is definitely about Taylor Lautner.
Yes, we know which one this one is about.
This is like one of the only ones we 100% know who this is about, because she is said.
Yeah. So this one I kind of knew, but I didn't ever listen to the full song of it. I've just only heard like clips of it before. And the line that like stood out to me like from the very first listen was, "You gave me all your love and all I gave you was goodbye." I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my most stood out line. Because I was just like kind of listening to it in the background. I heard that and I was like, hold up, I need to rewind that and make sure I heard what I thought I heard.
Yeah.
Damn. See, I don't really know a lot about their like relationship or anything, so I didn't really know. I couldn't really draw parallels to the song.
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was about until you guys just told me, so.
And one thing I love about it, though, is the shifting through the seasons and, like, the stages of a relationship.
Yeah, it's warm in the summer, and then December's where it all ends, where it's at its coldest, and where the year comes to a close. It's their relationship coming to a close. I also realized our one major hint that this was about Taylor Lautner before she said it. I missed your tan skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yep, that's Taylor.
The other line that stands out to me a lot is, "But if we loved again, I swear I'd love you right."
Yeah.
This feels like a stab in the heart.
I was actually, speaking of stab in the heart, I was just looking at "You Gave Me Roses and I Left Them There to Die." And I'm just like, oh.
And I love, is it the beginning where she's talking about how's life? Tell me, how's your family? Haven't seen that in a while. It just brings up so many feelings in those lines. It goes to show like what a relationship was, and you know, getting close to someone's family and
how deep the relationship was.
Yeah, how deep it was. Yeah,
it turns out freedom ain't nothing but missing you. Oh my god.
This song is just devastating, and the acoustic version is more so.
Very ouch.
And how you held me in your arms that September night, the first time you ever saw me cry. Makes you wonder what night that is about. What was she crying about? Just the fact that someone sees you cry, you know, that's a pivotal point in a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she changed one of the lyrics for one of the performances, so they basically confirmed it was about Taylor.
She's also said it is, but yeah, she wasn't subtle with this one. This one and
I mean,
Dear
it
John.
is a nice. Yeah, this one is a really nice one though about Next.
Yeah, it's more what she did.
Yeah, it's taking accountability and regretting the one that got away, sort of thing, not like dissing them.
Which is why she doesn't confirm the others.
Yeah, because I was gonna say she's known for her bad songs about the exes, but this one's actually a nice one about the ex.
This is why Swifties don't turn on Taylor Lautner, and we support him, because they had a good relationship.
Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Probably just weren't right for each other, or wasn't the right moment.
All right.
Speak Now. I'll just start off by saying this song is kind of my nightmare right now. Planning a wedding and having somebody show up uninvited and cause a disruption. I'm like, oh Lord. I know this isn't your head, Taylor, but please don't give me anxiety about my own wedding right now.
Okay, so this is just like another story in her head. Okay. I was curious if this was based off of any sort of true story.
It's based off a conversation she had with Hayley Williams, but I could be remembering wrong. I just remember Hayley Williams was somehow linked with this one, but I'm gonna have to look. This one's a little hard to look up because it's the same as the album.
Oh, it says it right here. She was inspired to write the song after a talk with her friend whose high school boyfriend would be marrying another girl.
Oh.
She comes in and tells me that he's getting married. He had met this other girl who was a horrible person. She made him stop talking to his friends, cut his family ties, and made him so isolated. And randomly, I was like, oh, are you going to speak now? When his friend didn't get the point, Taylor said to her, you know, storm the church. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'll go with you. I'll play guitar. It'd be great.
Oh, I love that, actually.
It is speculated it's about Hayley Williams.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I remembered. I couldn't remember what it was about her. It's speculated she was the friend that this was based off of.
Wow.
This probably is also one of the most parodied songs. In New Girl, they had a girl that looked... that then went on to play her daughter-in-law in Anti-Hero. They had a girl who looked like Taylor, dressed up like Taylor, stand up at a wedding. Because it was around this time.
Mm.
It's interesting to me that this one's the title.
Yeah, the title was changed because it was originally going to be called Enchanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was going to be called Enchanted because Taylor had, I think, originally wanted all her albums to just be one word, except obviously her Taylor Swift. And up until the Tortured Poets Department, that would have been true. It's interesting that they picked this one. I guess because this was the single they really pushed.
No, there's more explanation on it. I don't remember where I saw it, though, and what the source was, but there was, I think it was from Taylor. I can't remember the context now. I feel like she decided she wanted to change the name or something.
Okay, I had heard it was a producer, but I could be remembering wrong.
So I found a comment of someone saying the reason of why she switched it. This person says she changed it because Taylor went for a walk, and when she came back, she decided on Speak Now because of the message. The words, not the song, carry, which is why when you buy the physical CD, the lyric book has the opening message where she talks about how important it is to always speak your mind, as in Speak Now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got a lot of songs where she speaks her mind very honestly.
And it kind of takes place after she didn't speak now, where no one spoke.
Yeah, so she thought it was more relevant or represented the album better.
Mm-hmm. For a long time, I didn't like this song. This was on my list of songs that I didn't really like of hers at the time.
I've actually heard that it's a lot of people's least favorite. Which is interesting for it being like the title track. But like she said, it's not necessarily about the song, it's more the message behind the phrase Speak Now and not the song specifically. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people have a lot of hate for this song.
I've grown to like it. I enjoy it now, but it's not one of my favorite. That's for sure. There are a lot of better ones in my opinion, but that's just me. Everyone's taste is different. I just want to put a disclaimer out there. If you enjoy songs I don't, then that's okay. If you don't like songs that I love, then that's okay too.
Unless you're hating on me, and then we'll fight.
Yeah. We will protect that song forever.
But I do want to be able to like state my opinion as to why I love certain songs. So
everyone is entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's right. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Everybody's different. But anyway, moving on. Dear John.
Oh my god.
So this one, it was one of my first listens the other day. I think this is definitely one of her most slaughtering bunch of lyrics that I've ever heard in my life. To put it nicely.
Uh-huh.
She slaughtered this man.
Yeah.
And I understand now why people hate him so much because
Yeah.
of this song. Because people are like, yeah, like she said it in Dear John, that's why we hate him. And I just never really cared to listen to the song before now because I don't know.
So for a long time, I did not like the song just because it's really country sounding. You know, the sound is just very country, and that is one reason I thought I didn't like her, because of the country sound. And so I just put off this song for a really long time. But if you listen to the lyrics, I love the lyrics so much, and it's one of my favorites now. So
I have two favorite lyrics, but honestly the whole song is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
But my first one that I immediately was like, she did not, was don't you think I was too young to be messed with? I was like, bro, just calling him out.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I was like, holy fuck, you're an expert at sorry and keeping the lines blurry.
I was gonna say the line after that, all the girls that you've run dry have tired, lifeless eyes. I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, twist the knife.
So how I would describe this song personally,
A murder.
this song puts into words what it's like to be with a narcissist.
She never trusts a narcissist, but they love her.
So many of the lyrics, like, let's see, where is it? Praying the floor won't fall through again.
To give love, then take it away.
Yep. I lived in your chess game, but you changed the rules every day. That is literally what it's like. I'm wondering which
Yep.
version of you I might get on the phone tonight.
Where's that line? I didn't even hear. Oh my god. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I said, this whole song is a masterpiece, honestly. Slaughter.
Maybe it's me and my blind optimism to blame. No, it's not you.
And you'll add my name to your long list of traitors.
That, yes, because everyone's a traitor to them.
Yeah, all my exes are crazy. All blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I look back and regret how I ignored when they said run as fast as you can. Because everyone says it. Oh my god. But I really love the bridge in this song. I love the bridge. You guys have said a lot of the lines from the bridge already because they're amazing.
Just to touch on what Rubee said about the all my exes are crazy, that's the biggest red flag in the world. If a guy says all my exes are crazy, run.
Yeah.
What did you do to them to make them so crazy, sir?
Run.
Listen to Taylor. Run.
I'm sure everybody has like one, like I definitely have a crazy ex, but
Yeah.
not all of them. Not all of them.
Yep. I love this song.
Didn't he threaten to sue her because of this song?
I know he pitched a fit, and that's another reason that, you know, the way he reacts to her just goes to show that, yeah.
I think it's funny that it says she took inspiration for the supposed relationship with John Mayer. Like, the song is literally called Dear John.
Allegedly. Yes, but there is also a Dear John letter.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
Dear John. I was going to say that, but Jess, finish what you're saying.
When she was releasing Speak Now Taylor's version, she did say on stage, please do not message certain exes after this. And it was a referral to this because I think he tried to sue her for slander or something like that because of how much he was being harassed.
Yeah. What I was going to say is that I think it's really clever that she named the song Dear John, because then it could just be about anybody, because that's what a Dear John letter is. But his name is also John, so...
Thank goodness, because I don't think Dear Kyle would have had the same ring.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she got lucky that his name was just John.
Yeah, he's pitched a fit about this a lot.
Apparently, some of the guitar slurring in the background instrumentals is apparently a playing technique that John Mayer uses pretty frequently. I just read that.
Oh my god.
We're peeling back the layers.
Speak now or hold your peace, Taylor.
And the other thing, though, is that Taylor's not the only one. There are a lot of other people that have come out and said how awful he treated them and stuff. So just putting that out there, that we're sorry we're talking so bad about John Mayer, but, you know, look at the facts.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, we talked bad about Jake Gyllenhaal a couple episodes ago. It's only fair we talk bad about John Mayer now.
Yeah, we also talked bad about Joe for his reaction to an album that's not even out yet.
Oh, I thought you meant Joe Jonas because I was like, no, we're going to get to him later. That's also this album.
All right, let's move on. Dear John is one of the best. And it's a track 5. I have to just put that out there real quick.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize it was the track 5.
It's the track 5 on this album.
Wild.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny that Mean is right after Dear John.
You mean after the murder?
I know. Yeah. I listened and I was like, no, wait, she put this one next.
She needed time to mop up the blood.
But I have to ask, is this just a general message to the haters? I didn't hear anything specific about if it was like a partner or anything like that. I kind of got more that it was about bullies and just mean people on the internet type of thing.
Yeah.
Unless there's like a specific line that you guys...
I mean, it kind of foreshadows now, though. And I see you years from now in a bar talking over a football game. I'm like, Taylor, dang, you really picked up that the dads, Brads, and Chads were not gonna like you.
That is hilarious. Yeah, I can see you now, years now in a bar talking over a football game with that same big, loud opinion.
And someday you will be big. Just you wait. Just you wait, Taylor. You will be more than big.
Drunk and grumbling on about how I can't sing. Yeah.
Oh, there's people still do that. People still grumble about how Taylor can't sing.
Yeah, the fact this is still relevant so many years later is insane.
It's crazy.
And one of my favorite parts though is the part where she's like, and a liar, and pathetic.
Oh my god, yes! That's my favorite part of the song. That part.
Oh, so good.
That's when the intrusive thoughts win.
Yeah, she was like, I'm just gonna full send this one. Just like the last one, we're just letting it flow.
This one's really fun. It's fun and it's like a just you wait type of thing. And I love that.
I honestly think it's better now because you look back and you're like, wow, this song aged so well.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even realize how good of a song this is until, like, you look at the situations now and you're like, wow, this is still such a relevant song. And this was written, like, how long ago? Like, it's insane.
This one kind of was the one that also hit me really hard because, like, I got bullied a lot.
Yeah.
And I lived in a big city, so obviously I wasn't dreaming about that, but it was always, I was going to be big enough that they couldn't hit me. And then I kind of came into myself and became a more confident. I'm still working on that, but it got to the point where I was like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Am I happy with what is going on? Great. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very relatable song, especially for those who, aren't the most popular and have a lot of like social anxiety and stuff like that. Super relatable in that way.
Like I said, it just really gives like a message to the bullies of the world, really.
Mm-hmm. All right. The Start of Us.
I like this one a lot. It's a good song.
I love this song.
I love this song so much. This is one of my top for sure when I was first listening to it.
Is this one about the same person that Sparks flies about? Because she mentions how we met and the sparks flew instantly.
That's true. She does mention that. It's interesting. It's so interesting that she like throws in little words connecting. This one's so much fun to sing. It's so wordy. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but it's wordy and upbeat, but it's like not a happy song, you know what I mean?
This was another one that I only listened to like last week when I was doing my full listen through. And I just really liked the next chapter and the end. I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's about John Mayer.
Oh my god.
So does that mean Sparks Fly is also about John Mayer?
No. In an interview with US Today, Swift said, Dear John and The Story of Us are about the same person.
Interesting.
The story of us is about running into someone I have been in a relationship with at an award show, and we are seated a few seats away from each other. I just want to say to him, is this killing you? Because it's killing me. But I didn't because I couldn't, because we both had these silent shields up. I mean, we get that in the now I'm standing alone in a crowded room and we're not speaking, and I'm dying to know, is it killing you like it's killing me?
Wow.
I've noticed with a lot of the songs in this album, she does a lot of stories. Like, storytelling is a big one for this album.
Yeah, it's a very fairy tale themed, this album.
Yeah, and just like each song is its own little story.
And the cover is like very fairy tale-esque as well. That might be why she originally was going to call it Enchanted, because it's very like fairy tale-esque.
I think my favorite line in this is looking like a contest of who can act like they care less.
I love that line.
Because I've been in relationships like that.
I've been there for sure multiple times. I love so many things that you wish I knew, but the story of us might be ending soon. I love that. I just love the play on words so much in this. And it's just like, it's just, the lyrics cut deep, but they're so fast. You know what I mean?
And they're also sung with the childish, like, fairy tale terms and words and things.
I was gonna make jokes. Is it death by 1,000 cuts? Yeah, I love the end. That was the end.
Yeah, I love that too. The next chapter. This is like a continuous theme with her music. This is one reason I love her so much. I love her little touches, her little things that she does with her voice, or her little
nuances.
Yeah. So like the end and next chapter, I love those. I know there are more throughout this album because I noticed more, but I don't think we've gotten there yet. Oh, no, there was one that I forgot to mention that I noticed this time. That in Speak Now, she does like a laugh. It's after the bridge, I think.
I'll have to go back and listen. I can't remember.
Yeah, I noticed it when I was listening to it earlier. Like that kind of thing. I can't do it exactly, but yeah, it's so cute. I love those things, those little touches.
I went to listen to it. Yeah, I heard the laugh.
You heard it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a subtle
yeah,
a little, it's like a little chuckle to herself.
Yeah, it just adds to something. You know, whenever she does things like that, it just adds to the song. Anyway, Never Grow Up.
Never Grow Up.
I've always loved this song.
I'll be honest, I had to skip this song a little bit.
Yeah.
It hits a little too close to home right now, so I did not really listen to this one.
That is okay. Rubee, why are you making that face?
Because I know you're gonna ask me how I thought about this song, and I just was really bored the whole time. I'm just not a fan of slower songs, so I feel like you knew I was gonna say that.
I knew you were gonna say that, and that's why I said it in the beginning, that it is okay. But you gotta listen to my opinion of why I love him.
Yeah, it's a cute song. It's a cute message. It's a sweet song. I get bored listening to slower songs like that. I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot to say on this one other than that.
Well, I love it. I think it's one of the most underrated of her songs because a lot of people don't like it. But I love it because it's just like talking about life. And it's true, like, it's hard to grow up and it's hard to have life pass, and it goes so fast. That's why it hits hard sometimes too. But it is one of my favorites because of the message. I love how it first goes into your little hands wrapped around my finger. I love that. But then later on, towards the end of the song, it talks about, here I am in my new apartment. So then it's about her growing up. I love that development throughout the song. And I love how it talks about earlier in childhood and then slowly with different verses it ages. And I wish I'd never grown up. I feel that line so hard, especially like
every morning I get after work.
Yeah, especially like how old I am now. I'm like, I just want to be a little kid again.
It's just kind of like right after the first couple of verses, because it says you're in the car on the way to the movies and you're mortified your mom's dropping you off at 14.
Yeah.
It basically just has the mom's perspective for the first little verse or two. Yeah, I agree. It's cool that it switches perspective with it. I do think it's a cute song, and I like the message, and I don't like growing up either. It's a slow song, and I just get bored. Just the way my brain works when there's like lyrics that are going too slowly, I just get distracted and then my brain trails off into other thoughts instead of listening to the song. So
I could see that. I love the song as a whole. I think it's beautiful. Okay.
Enchanted. I love this song.
I don't actually love this song.
You don't like this song? See, I like this one. And it's a slower one, but I like this one for some reason.
I've grown to like it, especially more with the Eras tour, but this is one that I got bored with all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah, it bored me. I don't know. So I know how you feel because everyone loves this song. But
I like this one.
It just gives me like falling in love, like happy vibes. I don't know. It gives me like very lovey feelings. I don't know if that's what the song's actually supposed to be about, but
so when I listen to this, it makes me think of being in like a ballroom, Cinderella descending down the stairs and locking eyes with the prince, and
yes,
it gives me that vibe, and it fits it so much more in the Eras tour with the giant ball gown. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I pictured, especially the blue one.
Yes, that's why I'm like, it just gives me like you're in love and kind of blind love of just, I don't know. I really like it.
It's just a little repetitive to me. I don't know.
I could see that. It is a little bit repetitive, but I love the part that repeats, so. I just feel like I'm singing it and I'm in like a Disney movie and
well, now I do like it because of the Eras tour.
And the whole like is it the bridge? The please don't be in love with someone else. Please don't have somebody waiting on you. That part just like hits because you're like, oh, I want you to be with me. I don't know. I really like that part.
I don't know. It just doesn't hit me that hard, the song. I don't know why.
Everybody's got their own opinions. Okay.
I get what you guys are saying about it evoking the fairy tale and ballroom, and I could totally picture that. And I love singing it in the Eras tour, so.
So this song also includes the I'm Wonderstruck. Wonderstruck was a perfume she came out with during Speak Now. That's where the name comes from. It's from this song. But this song is about Adam Young of Owl City. And he wrote a reply.
Did they have a thing?
They met one night.
Yeah. Oh. And he wrote a song in reply also called Enchanted. And somebody linked them up that if you play them at the same time, they talk to each other.
I'm going to cry.
That's
really literally cool. Fairy tale, so cute, Disney type of romance right there.
If you haven't heard his, go listen to it, Rubee. It's very much along these lines.
Oh,
it's a reply.
Hey everyone, let's take a quick break here just to remind you that if you're enjoying the episode, please give us a rating. It also helps a lot if you share the episode. Alright, now let's get back.
My other note on this song is this is especially one of the songs that you can really tell the difference in her vocal strength versus the Taylor's version. This is definitely up there for where you can really notice the difference.
Yes, because she has a lot of higher notes in this one.
And like the belty.
Oh, so that's kind of what I thought. The bridge is a stream of consciousness. What your thoughts are in a certain moment. I can definitely see that. I do love the I'm Wonderstruck dancing around all alone. Because there have been times I've just been dancing around by myself. Especially after feeling giddy.
I do like the blushing all the way home. I like that line.
Again, it's a very fairy tale-esque type of love for sure. This one just, like what Jess was saying, really encapsulates the moment where the Cinderella and the prince lock eyes type of fairy tale moment.
Yeah.
It's like the peak.
Yeah. Isn't it like the longest song or something? I've seen that comment made a lot about it. I don't know if it's true, but
Dear John is the longest at 6 minutes and 40. Dear John is 6 minutes.
What? But it says 6 minutes and 43 seconds. No way. Enchanted is apparently 5 minutes and 52 seconds, which also seems really long. There's another 6-minute song in here. What the heck? Apparently Last Kiss is also just over 6 minutes.
Dear John is 6 minutes and 41 seconds.
I just skipped through it to make sure it was all playing
It
and
doesn't
stuff.
feel that long.
6 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yeah,
It
Dear
doesn't.
John is the longest. Oh my god. That's
Girl went
brutal.
off. Longest murder ever.
Yep, and last
Probably
kiss is 6 minutes.
7 seconds.
The
Brutal.
average song nowadays is maybe 4 minutes long. The amount of songs on this album that are almost 5 minutes or longer is ridiculous.
Wow.
Girly. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. I mean, she does know that we like longer songs because, all too well.
She didn't know that then, though.
I know. But we had the whole album that. Why didn't she think that we would want a 10-minute song after that?
This is the first album she wrote by herself.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 songs on it she had help with, but the rest she wrote by herself.
Too many things to say.
Yep.
That's crazy. They do not feel like that long of songs.
I know.
I've never noticed that, ever.
All right. Better Than Revenge.
So this one has a lyric change in it from the Taylor's version.
No, the Taylor's version has a lyric change from this.
Yeah, that's what I meant. There's a difference in lyrics between the 2 versions, is what I meant.
Yeah. Well, this one's about Joe Jonas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's why I said we'll get back to him. Don't worry.
Okay. What did you guys think about the original lyric? For anybody that doesn't know the context, the original lyric is she's better known for the things she does on the mattress. And then the Taylor's version changed it to he was a moth to the flame, she was holding the matches.
I never really had a problem with the original lyrics just because of the context of the song. Because, she wrote it when she's angry and still 19, right? Something like that. So still young, angry, and trying to vent. That's how it is for you, when you go through a breakup like that,
I like the lyric change. I didn't have a problem with the original lyric. I like that the new lyric, though, makes it seem like she knew more what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
She was holding the matches. She knew what she was
Yeah.
doing. So it kind of gives a little more agency to not putting all the blame on him, but ultimately he still went to the flames. So
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
both are in the wrong.
you just get it more in the new lyric than this one.
Yeah. Did she get bullied into changing it, or did she change it completely on her own?
So before she changed the lyric, I don't know when she did this, but she has come out and said that she doesn't stand for slut shaming and she doesn't agree with that type of mentality. So she said that about the song before she changed the lyric for the Taylor's version. So a lot of people, before Taylor's version came out, a lot of people speculated on, is she going to change the lyric? Is she not going to change the lyric? What's she going to do with Better for Revenge? It's been a discourse for a while. Yeah. But also at the time when she wrote this, that was kind of the thing to do in music a lot of the time, is there was a lot of girl attacking girl type of songs out there at the time that this came
Avril
out.
Lavigne,
Mm-hmm.
I think, was in that time period.
It's a product of its time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what was kind of the thing.
See, I didn't know that there was a lyric change because I had only ever listened to the Taylor's version of this song up until recently. But I had seen people talking about it on Twitter of oh, do you agree with the lyric change? And I was like, lyric change, and then I had to Google it, figure out what lyric was even changed. And I am with you guys of I don't necessarily see the issue with it, but I understand why it could be an issue. And
Yeah.
I do agree with Jess that I think that the lyric change definitely helps make them both seem more accountable than the original. I do think, now that you say that, I kind of like the lyric. I liked the lyric change better anyway, but I like it more now that you made that point.
When Taylor's version first came out, a lot of people were really upset with it and they hated the lyric change, but I've always liked it. But I also didn't have a problem so much with the original as well. So I like both.
Yeah, see, I saw a lot of people saying that they still listen to the stolen version of this song because they like the lyrics on it better. So I have seen a lot of people still say that, which is weird. But
I was gonna say, this isn't the only song of hers that the lyrics are a product of their time, but we'll get more into that on debut. There was a song on there that she changed the lyrics to pretty early in.
I know that one as well, yes. I am aware of that one.
It's kind of like a time capsule of the time. I mean, Paramore even has "You're just a whore, you're nothing more," and Hayley Williams no longer sings the word.
Yeah.
She stops and she goes, "You said it."
Mm.
Brendan Urie actually did that too when I saw him live, obviously before I found out everything. For I Write Sins Not Tragedies, he didn't say the groom's bride is a whore. He didn't say it.
Mm.
He goes, "You guys said it, not me."
Mm-hmm.
It's products of the time. Does it make it okay? No, but it's how things were.
We've evolved and learned a lot more since then. So we're always growing and learning new things and
maturing
as a human species, hopefully. Anyway, Better Than Revenge. What do you guys think about the song as a whole?
I love the opening line.
Yes.
Now go stand in the corner and think about what you did. I do think it's a great song and I love it. And like I said, it is one that I have on like regular rotation for a while, but I was listening to Taylor's version. I do like this song.
Yeah, me too.
Whenever I'm feeling a little angry, I just listen to this song. Even if I'm not angry about the specific context of the song, it's still just like an angry sort of song, which gets out some emotion, you know?
It's fun to rock out to, you know?
It makes me want more like rock from Taylor because it does kind of give a rock vibe, and I wish she had a rock album, honestly. I know this is also kind of like shaming the girl, but I do really like the line, "But no amount of vintage dresses gives you dignity."
I was actually going to bring up that part because I know it's not about bullying, but the sophistication isn't what you wear or who you know or pushing down people down to get where you want to go. I'm like, yes, that resonated with me.
Yeah, that has always resonated with me too. It's like this song is kind of talking about your character, and like it should be more about what's on the inside, you know, than what you have.
You can be pretty on the outside, but if you have an ugly personality, it's not gonna cover it up.
Yeah, that's one reason I love this song. I love She Thinks I'm Psycho because I like to rhyme her name with things.
I also love she took him faster than you could say sabotage.
I love that too. Like the play on words in this song are fun.
Yeah. And the whole like she looks at life like it's a party and she's on the list. She looks at me like I'm a trend and she's so over it. Like,
yes,
I like the way she says it.
Yes. Thank you. I was trying to remember where that little thing is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I love what she does with her voice in some songs because she plays with them. She has fun with her music, you know?
And I love the whole, like, I underestimated just who I was dealing with. And then she says she underestimated just who she was stealing from. Like, a couple lines down.
And I've always loved I'm just another thing for you to roll your eyes at, honey. You might have him, but I always get the last word. I love that.
There's a lot of, like, petty but like really good lines in it that like if you've ever had this happen to you, it's like I know I know where these words are coming from and I feel it.
Yes.
They're saying based off the timing, this is based on Camila Bell, who Joe Jonas dated after he broke up with Taylor. And she also made a couple of comments that indicated it was about her. Like after the famous incident with Kanye and Kim, she tweeted, "No need for revenge."
Way to be subtle.
Wow.
Yeah. And also said, just sit back and wait. Those who hurt you will eventually screw up themselves, and if you're lucky, God will let you watch.
Okay. On that note, next song.
Speaking of Kanye.
Yes.
The next song is Innocent.
Which is not so innocent. Oh my god. Why are you making that face, Rubee?
I was gonna say Ruby's dying.
You know what I'm gonna say about this song.
I probably feel the same way.
It's too slow. I don't like it.
It's just boring for me.
I don't like it either.
I couldn't get into it. I don't know what it is.
I've never liked this song.
But I also had the question of who it's about, but it was just so slow. I just couldn't get into it.
It goes back and forth. Some people think it's about Kanye, some people think it's about John Mayer, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Because of the age thing.
But some of it doesn't seem like a relationship, some of it seems like else. It could possibly be about both of them, that she could be drawing on everything that happened that year, but
we don't know.
Oh, because she mentions 32.
Yeah.
See, there was nothing memorable about this song for me.
Rubee, I totally understand, because that's how I have always felt about this song. So
I listened to it in its entirety.
Even before I knew who it could possibly be about, I never liked it. I know there are lots of people that love it, and I'm sorry, but it's
just how I feel, okay? Nobody come for me. I listened to it in its entirety, and I gave it a chance.
There are a few lines that do stand out to me, but I know. It's boring for me too, Rubee. I skip it. It's definitely one of my least favorite songs on the album. But there are a few good lines that stand out to me.
I think 32 and Still Growing Up Now is like a pretty savage line to put in there.
I am 32, and as it just, that line just actually kind of relates. Yeah, I'm 32, but I am still growing up.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, obviously people are always still growing up and learning, but like from the age that she wrote this at, it's a pretty savage line, because that's a full-grown adult in the eyes of a 19-year-old. But yeah, I agree that 32 is really not that old, and you still have a lot of learning to do at that age, but in the eyes of the 19-year-old Taylor, I feel like that's a pretty savage line to put in there.
I like the "Wasn't it easier in your firefly catching days?" I just like how that line sounds. What do you think about it, Jess? You haven't said much on what you personally think about.
It's my least favorite, but I think it has some amazing, beautiful lyrics, like "Lost your balance on a tightrope, it's never too late to get it back." Like, that's a beautiful lyric.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy the melody that much.
Yeah, same. That's how I feel about it. I've never liked the melody.
I also love "It's Okay, life is a tough crowd."
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, life is tough.
Yeah, it is. That's true. There are some true things in here, but yeah.
I do also like the line, "Today is never too late to be brand new," because you can just decide to be a better person.
Yeah.
Or change your ways. You can always change.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to take the initiative.
I also love "Time turns flames to embers. You'll have new Septembers."
That's a beautiful part of the song.
Like, the lyrics are beautiful.
That might be my favorite part of the song, actually, because the music changes, and I like how it goes with that.
I also like the line, "Who you are is not what you did."
Yeah. It's like giving
benefit of the doubt, sort of.
Giving them a chance to show that they are a better person and they can do better.
Yeah, like giving them some grace, because you never know what someone's going through. You know, people make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you keep doing things, you know. Yeah. No, I do think some lyrics are really nice.
Yeah.
It's not a song that I can get into and listen to, like, leisurely.
Same. All right. Haunted?
I love this song.
I love this song.
Same.
I love the violins at the beginning.
Yes.
It sets that kind of like eerie, you're in a haunted house.
Oh, yeah.
I would love a rock version of this.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
This is another one that I noted is like the Taylor's version vocals are far superior.
Oh, yeah.
And I also think that the Taylor's version is more like, there's more oomph in the way that she sings this song. Like, she almost sings this song too pretty in this version. There needs to be more, I hate to say aggressiveness.
Grit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, grit. That's a better word. Because I listen to the Taylor's version of this song all the time, and I love the way that she sings it. It's got like that grit in there. And then this almost feels like it's like too dainty for the song.
A little bit held back a little bit. Yeah.
Yes.
But I do love this song, and this is one of the main ones that pulled me in.
Yes.
For sure. Like I said, this one was about the same one that Sparksfly was about for me, personally, and Back to December. Like, there are a lot of songs on this album that are about that specific person. So now, looking back on it and hearing the song, it just makes me think about, like, how her music has helped me get through so many hard times and stuff. But I love this song because it's like on the brink of things falling apart, and like, are you gonna fully walk away from someone? That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, because there's a line in here where it's like, he'll try to take away my pain and he might just make me smile, but the whole time I'm wishing he was you instead.
I love that lyric. That is one of my favorite lyrics in this song.
It's a great song.
Yeah, because when you're like going out and trying to get over someone and trying to move on, and you're still kind of stuck on the same person, that's how you feel. You're trying to move on, but it's not working.
Yeah, Taylor actually explained that the meaning of this song is about the moment that you realize the person you're in love with is drifting and fading fast, and you don't know what to do, but in that time period, in that phase of love where it's fading out, time moves so slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the strings.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. This is another one that just makes me want a rock album because it gives me that little hint, little taste of rock Taylor. I'm like, please just give me more songs like this, please.
I also just love You and I Walk a Fragile Line. I've known it all this time. I love that as well because it's like a delicate relationship.
But I never thought I'd live to see it break.
Yeah.
That's what gets me. The next line after that, yeah.
He'll try to take away my pain and he just might make me smile.
Yeah. That's definitely is one of my favorites. But I also want to note in the end of the first verse, it's won't lose you again. And then in the end of the second verse, it's won't see you again. I love that transition.
I love the bridge in this one too.
Yeah.
I think the chorus is like my just absolute favorite of this.
Just the whole song. Just the whole song.
Yeah.
We've said all the parts of the song, basically.
Well, I don't think there's too much to say on it. So we basically just said like everything.
I love the chorus too. I love the bridge. I love the verses.
The chorus.
I love it.
Everything. Okay, so shall we move
It's
on?
a great song. Yep. Last Kiss. Rubee doesn't like it because it's too slow. It's one of my favorites.
I did really like the lyrics of it, of that whole reminiscing. It kind of gives me the thought of, oh, if I'd known this was going to be our last time together, I would have done stuff different, sort of thing. That's what this song kind of makes me think of.
Yeah, exactly.
You're thinking about your last time with that person, and you're like, damn.
Yeah, it's a really sad song. And that's why I like it, because it's really sad.
Do you relate with the same person that Back to December?
No, this one's drafted.
That's not the same person that you think of with the rest of the song.
No, it isn't. I just really love it. I just love this song.
I love the words that you whispered for just us to know. Little secret words that we share. I love the how you'd kiss me when I was in the middle of saying something. There's not a day I don't miss those rude interruptions.
I love that.
Because like, oh, I know they were like annoying, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
now that I don't have it anymore, I miss it, even though it was an annoying thing.
I love the and I'll go sit on the floor wearing your clothes.
Mm-hmm. I love the chorus. This song is just visually telling a story as well, just like a lot of these songs.
And so I'll watch your life in pictures like I used to watch you sleep.
The bridge is my favorite part of this song. I like yell that every single time with so much emotion because it's so, it's gut-wrenching, that bridge. I feel you forget me like I used to feel you breathe.
Apparently this is about Joe Jonas as well.
Mhm.
Has that been
Yes.
confirmed by people? Okay.
Because it was July 9th that they saw a picture of Taylor on the phone leaving the airplane, and they say that's the phone call that he broke up with her.
Okay. Yes, reference to a day in 2008 when Taylor went to Dallas, Texas to visit her boyfriend, Joe Jonas, and then I guess he must have broke up with her right after she got off the plane to go see him?
Or to go home, I'm not sure.
I don't have much else to say. I like the lyrics, and it's a beautiful song, but it's just very slow.
Yeah, I know.
My other note that I wrote down while I was listening is just the words devastating bridge. That's all I wrote.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So you agree with me about the bridge?
Yes, the bridge was devastating.
Yeah.
So back when CDs were really popular, she used to hide little messages in the lyrics part of the booklets. Apparently the secret message in this song spelled out forever and always, which is another song about Joe Jonas.
Yeah, she didn't know that he was gonna break up with her, so she didn't know that that was gonna be the last kiss, you know?
Okay, long live.
Long live.
I think I've said a lot of times about how I feel about this song.
You like this song?
I love
Yeah.
Or you don't like? Okay.
It's the inspiration for my wedding.
I just love all the like fairy tale, like kings and queens and references and things in it. Like the lyrics are really fun. Yeah.
Dragons. And this is another one that I didn't really like until last year, but now I love it. I love it.
It's also the iconic "Tell 'em How the Crowds Went Wild" song for anybody that doesn't know the names of songs but just knows the TikTok clip moments.
I think my favorite line that's not the chorus, because obviously I adore the chorus, is because for a moment a band of thieves in ripped up jeans got to rule the world.
I love that part so much. I also love the part before that. What is it? The cynics were outraged, screaming, "This is absurd." I love that part because, yes, tell them. Everyone's like, I don't get how Taylor Swift is so big. That's how I feel about that line. Like, they're outraged about her success, but she's still successful. But it's really like the outcasts overcoming everything. That's kind of what it feels like to me as a whole. It's such a good song. It should have been in the set list from the beginning.
I was really surprised it wasn't.
I think so too. Because that whole "Tell 'em How the Crowds Went Wild" part is such an iconic part of the Eras tour now that I'm like, how was that not included in the beginning?
Oh, and I love that. Will you take a moment, promise me this, that you'll stand by me forever? And I do say, because this is the last one on the regular disc. It like makes sense for it to be the last song. It's like a good last song.
Good way to close out the album.
Yeah.
It's talking about how like they're gonna be remembered for all the adventures and stuff, right? So it's like reminiscing on what happened. So yeah, I think it's a good way to close it out.
All right. Then the bonus tracks. Ours. Do you guys know who this is supposedly about? Because I do.
The song "Ours"?
Yes.
I don't know.
John Mayer. Yeah.
I'm making a horrified face.
Yeah. The gap between my teeth, the riddles speak,
I kind of figured from the tattoo line.
tattoos.
I just didn't think he had a gap between his teeth.
I can totally see it because this is kind of like a song that you would sing if you were trying to defend a narcissist, sadly.
Yeah, I'll fight their doubt and give you faith.
Don't worry, your pretty little mind.
I actually love that line. I don't know why. It was just really catchy.
But it's what he says to her.
What he would say to her, I could totally see
It's very
it.
condescending.
Yeah.
It was just like a catchy little part of the song.
So I kind of wonder if that's why it's on the bonus. It's a bonus track and not on the original album because Dear John is on the original album and number 5.
Yeah, I kind of figured based off the tattoo line that it might have been about him.
I mean, it's a really cute song, you know.
It's sang in a cute way.
I'm also now horrified. No, not this one. Another song I love is also about him, and I didn't know.
Oh no. But yeah, this song is cute and I've always liked it, but I can definitely see it from that perspective now as well. And that's, you know, kind of personal. So it makes it a little bit harder to enjoy the song. But yeah, relatable for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. I've been in that position where I'm just going to ignore what everyone else says and they don't know anything about our love and all that. I apologize if you do love this song and I hope this doesn't ruin it for you. You can still love it. It's okay.
I'll only hold it against you a little bit. I'm just kidding.
I'm still trying to get over the devastation of a different song.
Oh no. All right.
If this were a movie.
This was a movie. Does anyone want to start us out?
I'm still processing. I don't know who this one's about.
I didn't really have any notes for this one. It wasn't very memorable to me.
I was literally about to say that. I was gonna say, to be honest, I remember these lyrics, don't remember how the song goes. I've literally been sitting here trying to remember how the song goes. I'm like, I know I listened to it like 3 times today,
Yeah.
and I remember these lyrics. I just don't remember the music.
I like the song, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. Once again, she mentions rain, which I do love. I love whenever she mentions rain.
Oh, right. Okay, so I went back to listen. It starts with this like beautiful like melody at the beginning, and I really like that part.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that was the song. I literally just started listening to it because I'm like, how does this song go?
Oh, I really like but I take it all back now, that part. I think that's the bridge. Or like after the bridge, or it's towards the end of the song.
Ruby's making a face.
It just wasn't memorable for me. I can't even remember how it goes or anything about it. I had literally no notes. It was just an empty bullet point next to this one. I sat and thought about it after I listened to it, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I already forget how it goes. I don't know. And then I just moved on to the next. I don't know what it was about it. It seemed like a nice song.
It's an okay song.
Like, I remember enjoying the bonus tracks because none of them were like slow necessarily. So I wasn't like bored by any of the bonus tracks, but I just remember that out of the 3 bonus tracks, this was my least favorite for some reason, and I can't really pinpoint why.
I don't know. I guess it's just not a memorable song. We all feel the same way. It's okay. And this is one of the ones that she wrote with someone else too, which is funny. I think we like the songs that she writes by herself better.
She's a great songwriter. You don't need help.
Basically, the title tells you what it's about wanting someone to do what they do in the movies, show up outside and do a grand gesture and that type of thing, say you're sorry, and just like the movies. That's basically what it's about. Well, since we don't have much to say about it, let's move on. We apologize if you absolutely love this song. Like I said, disclaimer, it's okay if you have a different opinion on the song.
Superman, which I just found out is about John Mayer.
I could totally see it.
I realize reading through the lyrics now, tall, dark, and beautiful, and something in his deep brown eyes has me saying he's not all bad like his reputation, and I can't hear one single word they say. I'm like, no! Damn it! It is about him!
So, what's hilarious is when I was re-listening to the album today, I got that thought. I made that connection that this could be about John Mayer. I can't believe I did that.
I love this song, and now I can't look at it the same way.
I actually don't like this song. This is one of my least favorite out of her whole discography, and I apologize, but I've never liked it. I don't know why. I just always skip it.
I think I just kind of related to it because there was a while there where I was out of work and Paladin would go off to work, and I would kiss him goodbye and be like, okay, have a good day. And I'd be like, okay, I'm home alone now.
Yeah, I could see that. Oh, it's relatable. It's just, I don't know. I don't like the melody. I don't like the lyrics. I don't know. But maybe that's why I didn't like maybe subconsciously I just never liked this song.
I'm so upset. I like this song, and now it's about John Mayer, and it's tainting everything I liked about this song.
Tall, Dark, and Superman.
Can't it be about Taylor Lautner? I'm gonna pretend it's about Taylor Lautner.
He's complicated. He's irrational. Oh my god.
Oh, no.
That really makes sense.
No.
Maybe I just didn't like it because it's like, I'm hoping you'll save me type of thing. And
yeah, it's not very feminist.
Yeah.
The only thing I wrote down for this song was catchy. I like the chorus. It's an okay song. It's not my favorite song from the album. It's not my least favorite song from the album. It's just kind of a mediocre song for me. I don't know. Again, it's very story, not real life.
Yeah.
See, it gives me dancing in my room kind of vibe. Like the in love and just dancing happily.
I could see that, but I just don't connect with the melody. I don't know.
I do think the beat and stuff is catchy. Like when the chorus comes on, I'm like, hey, Superman, fly away. I can like go at it, but I don't know. spring. It's just meh.
There are other songs. They are just acoustic versions of the songs. So I feel like we should mention them.
I actually have notes on those.
You do? I didn't listen to any of them.
It's Back to December acoustic would be next.
Oh, okay. I have heard it, so I can kind of talk about it, but I didn't listen to it recently.
My note on that one was that I liked the strings in it with the acoustic. It doesn't have to be strings involved, but I like that she added them in because I don't think they're in the regular version, but I liked that. I thought it added a nice touch.
It's a beautiful version of the song, but it's a beautiful song. Obviously, if you strip it down, it's going to be beautiful. And then it is Haunted acoustic, which I like and I don't like.
Yeah, because the other version is so iconic.
My only note on this one was that I honestly thought that it had more emotion in her voice than the original on this album. I think the Haunted Taylor's version is the best version for vocals, but when I compared her vocals to the acoustic versus the original on this album, I thought the vocals were better on the acoustic, but I enjoyed the background instrumentals. I didn't really like the acoustic as much. It felt like a more boring version of the song because it's got so much instrumental reliance, I feel like, to add to the feeling and emotion of it. But I thought just in her voice, you could hear more emotion in the acoustic.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, where was this energy with the recorded, like with the other one?
And then it's Mine, the pop mix.
I'm not sure if I've heard that.
So you guys might laugh at this, but so it came on at the end and I started listening to it and I genuinely could not tell the difference between that version and the original version. I had to literally keep skipping between to try and hear the difference.
I couldn't
so
either, so don't feel bad.
The only difference I could hear was that the original is like slightly more country-fied.
Yeah.
But like it's the exact same song.
Oh.
One's just got a more country feel and one's got more of a poppy instrumental. But it's like the exact same tempo and lyrics and everything.
I didn't even know it existed, so...
And then there was a behind-the-scenes music video, and then Mine. These were included on the deluxe version. We're just going to mention them. We're not really going to talk about them because we're going to do music videos in another episode. But I just wanted to bring up these are on the deluxe version.
I still have never seen the Mine music video.
I don't think I have either, and I've seen a lot of them.
And it's a pretty iconic one, I think, because I've seen a lot of people mention it.
Speaking of music videos, that's the next question. Favorite Mine, Back to December, Mean, The Story of Us, Sparks Fly, which is tour footage, Ours, and Long Live.
Nope, I've seen 0.
And I'm gonna just say I've seen one.
Same.
I've seen Mean.
I've seen like references and like little clips of some of them like in this last year because they've been brought up again and mentioned, you know. And you've only seen one, so that must be your favorite.
Yeah, that's my favorite because by default. I didn't even know Long Live had a music video.
I don't know either.
I wonder how good that music video is. I feel like I should watch it.
We will get to music video discussions and we'll get a lot. We'll have to watch a lot of music videos eventually, so that'll come.
What's everyone's favorite song?
God, that's so hard. I have so many on this album. I honestly do.
My favorite song on this album is Haunted. As much as I love Long Live, this version of Haunted I think I like better.
I honestly agree. Haunted is my favorite song, and Sparks Fly. I don't know why, but I really like that one right now. These are just current favorites, by the way. Yeah. I do think, though, that the Haunted on the Taylor's version is better. But in general, Haunted is one of my favorite songs off this album. And better than Revenge. I really like that one, too.
It's really hard.
Well, I mean, I picked the top 3, so...
I have a lot of love for a lot of these songs. Okay, well, Dear John is one of my favorites now, which... originally I didn't like it at all. So just goes to show that I can change my opinion. The Story of Us, I absolutely love. And I think Last Kiss. Yeah, I think those are my top 3 currently. But I love so much of this album. There's only a few songs on this album that I don't like. Everything else I love.
I was gonna say, speaking of
I was
least
gonna say, well,
favorite
good
song.
thing your least favorite's the next topic. We had the same thought.
I'm torn between Innocent and Last Kiss.
Those are literally mine too that I wrote down.
Mine is either Innocent or Superman. Might be Superman, but
This makes me feel better about hating Innocent.
Oh wait, if we're including deluxe version, if this was a movie, is also on my list of might be my least favorite.
That one's also on there.
I don't dislike that song though, so it's not on my least favorite. The other two,
I can't remember it.
I really don't like Innocent or Superman. So
Okay, favorite bonus song. Mine was Superman. Which is one of Meggles' least favorite songs.
I also have Superman as my most favorite bonus track.
ours is my favorite because it's catchy and cute, and
Superman is catchy.
don't think it's catchy. I don't know why. It just seems, I don't know.
It's okay, Meggles. We
It
forgive
just
you.
doesn't seem catchy to me. I'm sorry.
Oh, so the next question is favorite lyric.
Oh my god, favorite lyrics? I don't know.
I think my favorite lyric is still in Long Live. The how the kingdom light shine just for me and you. That line just also I had the time of my life fighting dragons with you. I just love those lines so much.
There's so many good lyrics. Rubee, do you have ones picked out?
No, I was trying to panic scroll through all the lyrics. I left this one blank in my notes because I was hoping that when we dissected all the lyrics, one would come to me. And it didn't. So now I'm trying to panic decide on my favorite lyrics. I don't think I've really listened to this album enough to have favorite lyrics. I don't know. There is also some really good ones everywhere.
I like and I look back and regret how I ignored when they said run as fast as you can. Those are one of my favorite lyrics.
I think I also love 32 and Still Growing Up. It just has a new context now. Being that age, I mean.
And I missed your tan skin, your sweet smile, so good to me, so right. Nothing yet, Rubee?
My favorite lyrics are probably the entire song of Dear John. Because it's just
yeah.
AKA the murder.
Yeah, the murder.
One after the other is
just stab
hitting.
After stab after stab. It's just...
I also like communications lead to fallout. So many things I wish you knew. So many walls up I can't break through. Which I don't think I mentioned that part of that song when we were dissecting it. But
I mean, I also like the You and I Walk a Fragile Line, but I never thought I'd live to see it break. I really like that line.
Yeah, I love those lyrics too. Those are my top as well. Dang it, I have too many. I just love all the lyrics.
I don't know if this counts as lyrics, but I also really like Now Go Stand in the Corner and Think About What You Did.
Yeah,
I don't know. That one's a hard one. I don't think I'm as familiar with this album to confidently have a favorite lyric. I don't know.
Color variant.
The color variant?
I was trying to look up, and there isn't really any for the original, right? Other than, I guess, just purple and the red for deluxe.
Yeah, those are really the only two of the original.
I prefer purple, because Speak Now is purple, not red. But
yeah, the red dress just doesn't hit the same as that purple.
And it's just weird, because then she came out with an album called Red, so it just seems weird to have Speak Now have a red dress in it.
Yeah, it's right after Speak Now, too.
Yeah. It's just weird to me.
I was going to say, which leads to our next question. What color is this album?
Purple.
Tangerine.
Red. I'm just kidding.
Black.
Definitely purple. What season is this album?
I was going to say, I wanted to say spring, but because there's a song called Back to December, I feel like the only right answer is winter.
No, it's not the right answer.
I was thinking the same thing.
I feel like it's spring, personally. It feels like a spring song. Everyone always says winter because of Back to December, but it's saying Back to December.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but the argument there is she wants to go back to December, so it definitely feels like spring.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was my thought. Like, hearing the whole album, it gives
Yeah.
me spring vibes.
Yeah.
Especially with all the talk about being on the water and, like,
Rain. There's lots of rain in spring, and there's a lot of mentions of rain. And then Back to December, it makes me think of how it's like maybe a few months later, and she's looking back on it.
which would be spring. So, yeah, you know what? You're right. Which, spring, like I said, was my first instinct. But then I was like,
Yeah.
but it mentions December, so, like, I feel like the girls are gonna say it's winter, and I feel like it should be spring.
You should say what you feel.
Well, that's why I said it first. I said I wanted to say spring, but this was in my brain. But yes, I agree. I think it's spring.
There's no absolute right answer to most of these questions, okay?
Except for favorite and least favorite. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say this is like a philosophy course. Everybody can have a different opinion.
Yeah.
Unless their opinion is wrong.
Your opinion is wrong.
Unless
No, I'm just
your
I'm just
opinion
kidding.
is
Everybody is allowed to
you-
have their own opinion, and it is totally
Don't
okay.
miss. Hey kids, spelling is fun because that is the wrong opinion to have.
Yes, that is the wrong opinion. 100%.
I will never let that go. It has been 2 months of me bringing this up, and there'll be 2 more months of me bringing this up.
I think that's the last question.
It is. So, should I pick our next album we talk about?
Sure.
Okay, then it's Midnight's because it's Paris.
Yes! I've been listening to this nonstop. I have so many opinions. Oh, it's one of my favorite albums. And there is tons of different versions that have bonus tracks and things, so make sure you listen to the one with like all of them.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
as a warning, because there's a bunch of different bonus tracks on.
I'm dreading having to put all the variants. Why do you think I've been putting this one off?
I'm so excited! I love this album. I am so excited, even though it's not going to be anytime soon, probably.
There's 5 different vinyl colors.
Oh my god.
But now we finally have a favorite variant that we can actually say.
It actually applies.
It gives us more things to talk about. Yay! Be happy.
I'm actually happy because then Tortured Poets Department is coming out in April, so hopefully we'll be able to record this before then. I love this. Jess is like freaking out, and the Rubee is freaking out in different ways.
You know how long it took me to find about the X's for this
Ruby is
album?
so excited.
I love midnight.
and Jess is
Me
like,
too,
oh my
but I'm just like, oh, I've been putting this one off
god.
for this reason.
I was really hoping you would get midnight soon because I
I
really
kind of
wanted
was
to talk
too,
about it.
because of the Tortured Poets Department, like it ties in. So I was kind of hoping we would get Midnight soon.
And it's honestly one of the albums I'm the most versed in, other than Reputation. So
Yeah.
they're my top 2 albums, so
Yep.
I listen to them quite a lot. I'm so
Yay,
excited.
So thank you so much for listening. Be sure to join our Discord if you haven't already, and we will have links up.
Please pick your role. Please. I'm begging. Pick your role. Accept the rules.
Yes.
In our Discord, there's going to be hopefully listening or watch parties later on. You get to pick your favorite album, and then it corresponds to your display name when you're in chat. There's a channel where you get to share all of your media, like pictures and videos from the show that you went to. If you went to the Eras tour, there's also a channel where you get to reference and look at all the links and pictures that we talk about. So you can always follow along while listening to the episodes, so you can visually see what we're talking about.
And if you're in the Discord, you actually get early access to that, so you will get to see it a day early.
And you get to clown and just talk to fellow Swifties about Taylor and how much you love her whenever you want. And there's people that will agree with you. Or there'll be friendly discussions about least or favorite songs.
Yes. And everyone's opinion is valid on that.
Except for the opinions about me because it is a great song and spelling is fun.
I didn't say it this time.
Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.